I participated in a viral Snapchat trend, pretending to make a FaceTime call to my 17-year-old self. Filled with hope, I whispered into the phone, "Ethan, what is our life like at 28? Are we married? Are we happy?" There was a long silence on the other end. Then, Ethan's exhausted voice came through. "Not great. Chloe, I've wasted my entire life on you. Do me a favor. In your parallel universe, just let me go." I froze, almost believing I had misheard him. When I finally snapped out of it, I called my mom, crying hysterically. "Mom, I know." My mom interrupted, letting out a gentle, pitying sigh. "You're 17-year-old Chloe right now, aren't you? Ethan hasn't had it easy. He and Sienna have been deeply in love for 10 years. Because of you, they've had to suppress their feelings all this time. Chloe, take my advice. In the next life, just let him be with Sienna." The tears dried instantly on my cold face. My hands shook as I made one last call, to my sister, Sienna. On the other end of the line, she was in the middle of a passionate, breathless tryst with Ethan. She let out a muffled, trembling sob. "Chloe, please forgive me, just tonight. He only belongs to me tonight. I won't fight you for him in this life. But I beg you, in the next life, please step aside for once." With tears streaming down my face, I hung up the phone. My heart was completely dead. Forget it. No need to wait for the next life, or some parallel universe. In this life, I would set them free. Ethan didn't come back until the next morning. He brought with him the faint scent of rose body wash, and the tips of his hair were still damp. As he took off his coat and hung it on the rack, he cast a casual glance at me. "Why are you up so early?" "I couldn't sleep," I replied calmly. After a brief pause, I spoke again. "Ethan, let's call off the wedding." He stiffened, turning his head to meet my slightly swollen eyes. "Are you kidding me? I played a game last night," I said, looking straight into his eyes. "A viral challenge. A FaceTime phone call." Ethan's hand froze. As he stared at me, his expression gradually shifted. "Chloe, are you testing me?" I let out a self-deprecating laugh. I hadn't expected that his interrogation would come even before any explanation. If I didn't, would I have spent the rest of my life being kept in the dark like an idiot? "Ethan," my eyes turned red. "Are you two not disgusted by yourselves?" With a sharp slap, my face was whipped to the side. I held my burning cheek, utterly stunned. Ethan stared at his own hand, also frozen. It seemed he hadn't expected himself to actually hit me. He pursed his lips tightly, drew his hand back, and looked down at me with a dark, warning gaze. "Chloe, if you have bitter words, direct them at me. I won't tolerate anyone calling her names." All the blood in my body rushed to my head. With tears of anger in my eyes, I raised my hand and slapped him back with all my might. "How dare you hit me? Ethan, not even my parents have ever laid a hand on me since I was a child." But before my hand could land again, Ethan grabbed my arm in a death grip. He let out a cold sneer. "Your parents? Your parents know everything about me and Sienna. Did you know that? Last Thanksgiving, when you came home, before you could even sit down, your mom rushed to take you shopping, and your dad claimed he had to go buy pumpkin pie." He leaned down close to my face, his tone dripping with mockery. "Your entire family was helping cover for us." It felt like a bolt of lightning had struck me. I snapped my head up, staring at him in utter disbelief. He released me with a contemptuous smirk. "Wake up, Chloe. If I were you, I'd use whatever guilt I still have left for you as your future husband. After all, even your own parents don't love you." I collapsed heavily onto the floor, tears pouring down my face. "Why?" I gasped, struggling to lift my head. "Why do this to me?" "Ethan," my voice shook violently. "I'm not a desperate clinger. If you really wanted to be with Sienna, I could have accepted it. I could have broken up with you, cancelled the wedding, and let you marry her. Why did you have to hide it from me? Why did everyone have to conspire to keep me in the dark? Go be with her. Why do you still want to marry me?" I screamed in despair, my heart aching so intensely it felt like I was dying. This chapter ends here. Want the next part? Comment next.